Hey everyone, I'm Kenny Brain from HGTV's Making a Home with Kourtney and Kenny, and you are watching Speed Date with Xtra Magazine.
What's the weirdest thing you've ever had to renovate, tear down, or replace?
The weirdest thing that I've ever had to renovate or tear down or replace, I mean, for me personally, weird is not necessarily what the client thinks is weird, right? So I can take out like a beautiful rustic fireplace. They think it's dated and it doesn't fit. I'm just, dying inside a little bit because to me it's just like screams character and warmth and beauty. So I would say something like that, right? It's when your design sense doesn't match up with what you're hired to do, that makes it weird. So when they tell me to take out something that to me I would put in, it's not the best. It's not fun.
What's your favorite kind of renovation? Like, is it like a kitchen or a patio or like a condo house? I don't know.
I love so many different types of renovations. It's kind of hard to say that one is my favorite type because it totally depends on what you do to a space. I mean, it's all just a shell, right? You can have a craftsman, you can have a log cabin, like you can have a condo, but then depending on what is done inside can really kind of bring it to life. Personally, I grew up on the East Coast. I'm a rustic kind of guy. I like earthy things. I like natural, industrial, elements. So putting that together in something that you wouldn't expect it to be, like say an ultra modern facade of a house, and then putting some really kind of earthy tones inside, that to me is my jam. I love that stuff.
What's it like being queer in the reno industry?
When I first entered the reno industry, I didn't necessarily advertise that I was queer. It was a little daunting, to be honest, because predominantly it's a very masculine, aggressive, per se pissing competition about who's best. So I didn't want that to be on the forefront. I wanted what I did to be on the forefront, how I did it. I wanted my end product to be the only thing that was talked about. Now, as I, established myself in the construction industry and got better and better and better and, learned more, that's when I really started to I think be more myself and let more of myself come through. And then it didn't matter, but in saying that, I think I should have just out and out been myself right off the bat, because that's the only way to succeed in this world and be the happiest. And I think I was just in my head about a lot of things when I first started, because I was changing careers. I was in business, and then I changed over to construction, and that already was a bit daunting because I think I was in my 20s, and in my head I thought, I already found my career, I should be doing this, and then realized I wasn't. So I think I just had a lot of things going on in my head that I just didn't want that to be another thing I had to worry about. Now I am so proud of being able to be a part of the queer community in construction, because goddamn, there's some good quality stuff coming out by queer people. You know what I mean? There's so much talent here, and I'm just really proud to be a part of it.
When you're not renovating homes, what do you like doing?
When I'm not renovating homes, I spend a lot of time in the woods, to be honest. A lot of time hiking, camping, just spending time with my dog, to be honest. Like, she's my sidekick, my ride or die. She's 12 years old now, and we do a lot of stuff together. We basically just hang out together, whether it's reading, watching movies, or out in the middle of nowhere climbing mountains. We're pretty much just together.
What's your favorite trip to take your dog on?
Definitely favorite trip to take my dog on is my cabin in central Newfoundland, which I still have. It's her heaven. It's my heaven. I mean, how could it not be? It's in the middle of nowhere. You need a 4x4 to get there. It's off grid. I have a generator and stuff, but there's a fine red sand beach. There's a lake you can walk like 120 feet out and still be up to your waist. Like, really good fishing, great hiking. It is just absolute heaven.
What's your favorite Newfoundlander saying?
Oh my. I love who knit you at all. My favorite Newfoundland saying is probably who knit you at all. And that's like when somebody is just like surprising in some way or weird or different or, you know, just like giving you something special, something that can only be put together by knitting. You know what I mean? So it's like who knit you at all. I definitely like that one. That one's good.
I'm going to have to ask, who's your favorite drag queen?
My favorite drag queen, honestly, it is Tynomi.
Girl, let me call you back. I fell it down my edges.
She is incredibly talented, puts off a show, and makes every single person in that audience feel like you're her best friend. You know what I mean? She will go up and speak to every single human being afterwards and has a relationship with them, though, moving forward past that show. And I think that's incredibly special. She is, you know, Sheldon is just a gem in this world, and I think is incredibly talented.
So you were on Big Brother. What was your favorite part of being on Big Brother Canada?
Oh, my favorite part of Big Brother Canada, I'm gonna have to say it was the competitions. Because I am an incredibly competitive person, I just thrive off that stuff, like, which is really bad actually for the show and for the game, because you don't want to be seen as a threat. And I knew that going into it, but it's so hard to kind of change who you are for the benefit of a game, because it just, after a while, your guard comes down. This world that you're bubbled in becomes your reality. So it kind of just comes through. And I remember once we were, someone got like dealer's choice for a house guest, and I was like, pick me. And like watching it back, I was like, you idiot. Like, why would you do that? You're literally putting a giant target on your back. So yeah, I would definitely say it was the competitions. It shouldn't have been, but it was.
What advice would you give to your teenage self?
Whoa, what advice would I give to my teenage self? Go with your gut. Trust your gut more. You know what? You always know what's best for you. And I think a lot of times I let my head overthink it and get in the way when I knew what was right and what I should be doing. Whether that was, you know, changing my career earlier on to get into construction, or coming out, you know, when I wanted to come out instead of overthinking it and waiting longer. And so I definitely think it would be just to trust your gut. You always know. Everyone, thank you so much for watching Speed Date with Xtra Magazine. If you want to follow me or tune in to whatever I'm into, my Instagram is Kenny Brain.